One love. God bless. Fi Nelson here, and today I'm here to talk to you about getting over yourself. So lots of times in life, we don't even realize, but ego has taken control. We are limiting ourselves and not doing certain things because we don't want to be made fun of, or we don't want to be looked at weird, or we don't want to be looked at as a failure if it doesn't work out. And, all different types of reasons why we don't pursue our dreams or our, even goals, which are dreams broken down, because we want to break down our goals so that we can get to the big dream. But so lots of times in life, we have to realize that we need to get over ourselves. We need to realize that we are thinking too small about ourselves. We are thinking that we are just this image that we have created for the past however many years you've been alive. But for most of us, most of those years have been spent asleep. We haven't really started to wake up until now. But most of those years before, we've been asleep, So it's going to take another 10, 20, 30, 40, however many years to fully come into your true self, your true, exactly how you want to be portrayed. But you'll start building it up a lot sooner. Like, don't get all concerned. Like, I gotta wait another 20 years before I know myself. No, you can know yourself now. But I'm saying it's gonna take almost the equal amount of time for you to fully come into your true self, how you, are, dress, smell, everything about you, just eat, everything, it's gonna take that transformation for you to really come out into the holy person that you're supposed to be, So we have to give ourselves patience and time and give ourselves some humbleness and get over ourselves and realize we don't have to hold ourselves to this past image that we've been creating on accident. We weren't really aware. We were just trying to be cool. We were trying to fit in. We were trying to, stand out. We were trying to, whatever we were trying to do, whether you were trying to fit in or not trying to fit in, whatever you were trying to do, you were doing it most likely unconsciously until the time that you started to awaken to your true self. And once you awaken to your true self, you have to realize that you're going to have to start killing the ego as much as you can and really get over the fact that you're scared about other people's opinions, because you're really so small. Our spirit is major. Our spirit is omnipresent. Our spirit is infinite. Our energy as well. But us, our physical body, our image, our face is so small, so smallly known in the world, so smallly, remembered, unfortunately, but, fortunately as well, as you're about to see, is because when we come to this understanding that we're not as looked at as we think, other than from our immediate circle and this and that, of course, but even there, we're not as looked at as we think. We can always try something new and just not tell anybody about it, We can always chase our dream and not tell anybody about it. One of the greatest things I've heard is don't tell anybody about something until you already have like the paper signed and the business is running and already made money and all this and that, because people are going to think negative or, and they're not trying to do it in a malicious way 9 times out of 10, but just people have a melancholy type of mindset from society. They always think the worst, or they always think kind of like the worst case scenario, or are you sure you're ready for that? They think about the 3D. They're not thinking about, the 4D. They're not thinking with their actual divine head, the divine source. So we have to realize that sometimes it's better for when we are chasing our dreams to go ahead and start accomplishing those dreams, however fast or slow it takes, and let people find out if they find out. And if not, they'll find out if they find out. So if you want to tell them, of course, yeah, you can go out and tell them. But I would say, if you're scared of people's opinions, then just do it and don't tell anybody about it. Like, of course, like, don't tell your wife that don't like hide secrets from your wife and stuff. And like this, you can of course just say, I'm working on my dream, don't worry, you'll find, you'll see it when I'm done, you know what I mean? Once you've accomplished it and, finished your art piece, finished whatever you're doing, your business is making money, or your clothing line is going well, or whatever you think getting your dream is, once you actually obtain the dream, or at least are getting very close to obtaining it, you're going ahead and checking off those goals. Then once you get close to obtaining it, or if you obtain the dream, if you have that much patience, then that's when you should tell people and be like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the business is doing well. I think I'm gonna, stick with this, or, my art is doing well. I think I'm gonna stick with this. My music is doing well. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Like, just that is the beauty of getting over yourself, realizing that you're not as big as you think. You got to get out your head. You know what I'm saying? You're a nobody. I'm a nobody. Like, at the end of the day, there's tons and tons of people with actually 1 million followers. Like, I know people fake followers and all this, but there's actual people with millions of followers. I mean, million subscribers even too. Hundreds of millions probably. Like, I don't even know. But there's tons of people with millions of followers and subscribers that we know nothing about. I'm not saying they don't get stopped in the street. I'm not saying if they change their whole YouTube or change their whole Instagram that their followers wouldn't notice. But what I'm saying is our thinking is limited. You know what I'm saying? Our thinking is way more limited than what we could actually be. We could always change. We could always grow. We can always switch it up. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks except for the Most High, except for the divine source. So if you're coming from that place, coming from a place of love, or coming from a place of true inner growth, self-growth, self-appreciation, and appreciation for others and love for others, if that's where you're coming from and it's steering you in a different path, then go ahead and take that path. Don't wait for everybody else to get on the wave. Don't wait for everybody else to, give you the okay. Don't wait for everybody else to start liking your post or liking your stories of little tidbits in here and there. Like, don't worry about any of that stuff. Just go ahead and pursue what you're gonna do. If you want to drop music, then just drop music. You don't have to go promote it to everybody and this and that. This is not how this stuff works anymore. Even like if you want to do something, you can just do it. If you want to drop a clothing brand, you don't have to tell your immediate people you're dropping a clothing brand. You could literally start a whole new Instagram, whole new Facebook, and add whole new people, and they would never even know you're doing a clothing brand. Like, this is a beauty, we don't have to think so small. Of course, we are big, magical spirits, and we are divine everywhere, but we don't have to limit ourselves to our physical form. There's so many different forms of us that we sometimes block and need to let it flow, We need to get rid of the stuff that's negative from us and just let positive and love flow through us, and release and release and release any of these, traumas, anxieties, these, this anger. We need to get rid of these illnesses that we have, because that's what they really are. As hesitant as I am to say, but I couldn't think of any other word. It's something that we shouldn't be dealing with, and that is, a sickness among all of America and all of the world, honestly. And what do the doctors do? They just give you pills, or, try to give you prescriptions, and don't even give you advice. But that's why you come to here. That's why you come and try to listen and get this wisdom. That's why you do your meditations, your prayer. That's why you're journaling. That's why you're reading spiritual books and books on how to better yourself, So you have to get over yourself. The reason why you're doing these spiritual, journey, and you're watching these spiritual videos, and you're reading your books and doing all this work, is so you could make the change you need. Because lots of times we're going to have to change, because when we wake up, we realize, yeah, you could be a person who has been living right the whole time, living righteous and this and that. But lots of times, a lot of changes need to be made when we start to awaken. And there's a lot of growing pains through that, but we got to just be able to really get through it. We got to stretch through it, like when we're doing yoga or something and it feels tough the first time, or when you're working out, it feels so tough the first time, But when you're consistent and you're disciplined and you keep on doing it daily, then before you know it, it feels good. Before you know, you can't wait to do it. Before you know it, you're waking up extra early to do it. So we have to realize that we have to get over ourselves and really kill the ego and build this discipline, so that we are able to live a righteous way and able to make these changes without too much growing pains. Because there's going to be lots of transitioning that has to be done, because while we're waking up, while we're coming into this awareness, we're realizing we're living in a crazy place, And like lots of times our situations are a little messed up, and we have a lot of fixing to do within our family, within our immediate situation, within our, workplaces, within our businesses, within our careers, within our schools, within our healthcare, within our food system, within our political system, I could keep going within our entertainment system. There's a lot you wake up to. There's a lot that comes with being aware and having this, awareness, that it could be overwhelming when it's first starting. But once you realize that it's not a burden to be here, it's a blessing, then you start to really be able to have fun with your life. And that's when you can really start to focus on killing the ego and getting over yourself, so that you can have fun freely. This is part of the reason I do these videos, because I don't tell anybody I do these. If someone finds them that I know, okay, so be it. That's awesome. We'll have something to talk about. Maybe we can get on the same level. But I don't do these videos to show it to anybody. I do it just to help you guys. I was just called to do this, and felt really good after one meditation, and it was like, okay, I got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The first video might not be good, but I know at least by the 50th video or the 100th video, it will be way, way better, And then that's the type of mindset I went into it, just one video at a time, and staying consistent and loving what I'm doing, That's why I didn't want to have a big setup or anything like this, because I want to love what I do. I don't want it to be a process where it's seeming like it's a burden on my meditation time or my, yoga time, because, I felt it was a calling. And this is how our life needs to unfold, and it will unfold once you get over yourself and let the divine flow through you. I never thought I was going to be doing YouTube, especially sit down talks like this, but I let the divine flow through me, and this is where I came to. So we have to get over ourselves, realize that we are smaller than we are, but our spirit is bigger than we are. We can do whatever we want, and we can continue to grow. We don't have to follow with the trend. We don't have to follow with that trend. We don't have to do any of that stuff. We just need to focus on ourself, focus on loving and healing others, and that's it. And keeping our inner serenity, just vibing, listen to your music, just read your books, and get through the day, go home, and have a good time. Every day can be a good time. Every day can be filled with peace and serenity. It's just you're going to have to do some disciplining for, a good few months, years, a couple years, I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to do some discipline and conditioning for a couple years. But it's going to feel good after 30 days, 60 days. Once you start seeing the results of getting over yourself, killing that ego, and just letting the divine flow through you, letting yourself just be yourself, your new self that you're growing into, and stop blocking yourself and putting limitations on yourself, why you can't meditate, why you can't journal, why you can't read, why you can't stop watching dumb television, why you can't stop looking at stupid Instagram and TikToks that aren't good for your mind. Because there's plenty of good YouTubes out there. You found one. There's plenty of good actual educational TikToks, but I just recommend staying off TikTok. And there's plenty of good educational Instagrams too, if you really want to be on Instagram. But I really stick to YouTube, and very rarely do I do a little Netflix and Hulu. But these things only block our blessings, and I only really do this like a little bit before bed, one episode, just me and the missus, the Empress. So, just on a little vibe. And then we turn it off after one episode. You don't want to be falling asleep with the TV on, because it just has all these rays and this, blue light that is shining at you, that's messing with your sleep waves. And that's a whole nother video. But really, we just have to get over ourselves so we can enjoy life. That's what I'm trying to say. We really just need to enjoy life. Stop taking it so seriously. Relax. You're not as big as you think. Everybody isn't going to start judging you. Everybody doesn't even really care, But there are people out there that would care, that do click with you, that are your type of people. It's just sometimes the people around us aren't those type of people. So it's not about you just saying you're small and you can't do anything. Excuse me. It's not about you saying you're small and you can't do anything, but it's about you're not as well known as you think. Like I said, there's people with millions of followers, millions of subscribers, hundreds of millions of followers, subscribers that we do not know. Like could walk right past us and we wouldn't know a single difference, That's why people wear chains and stuff, is because they want to be known, They have to have the biggest chain with their name on it so you know them, because otherwise you wouldn't even probably know. And this is what we have to realize, that we can do anything. Like, we don't have to be Spider-Man or Superman and wear a mask. Like, no, we can be on a platform here, a platform here, a platform here, doing all different types of things, and all chasing our dreams in different ways, whether it's art, whether it's music, whether it's acting, whether it's, anything you want to do, building, gardening, whatever you want to do, but you should start doing it. Stop thinking about what everybody else is going to think about and just start doing it. And trust me, you'll have so much relief, you'll have so much love, you'll have so much appreciation for your life, and to get up every day. And you don't need to just be thinking about what other people think about you anyway. That is one thing you need to stop ASAP, because we don't need to be bothered by the opinions of sheep. We are shepherds, you know. Few are chosen, few are called, many are called, but few are chosen. There you go. And we are shepherds, you know. We're here to lead the sheep so they can be shepherds, you know. They're going to transform into humans to become shepherds. This is what we can do with the miracles of the Most High. And it's true. I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've seen sheep turn into shepherds. You know, it happened to me. So get over yourself. Get over that ego and realize you're not as important as you think. You're not as big as you think, but you can be as important as you think. But you first have to kill your ego and let the divine work through you, through your divine talents, divine creativity that you already have within you, that you probably already know a little bit that you have. And if you don't, then go ahead and explore the world and find it. For some of us, it's just about going around and showing love, you know, supporting the others that have their divine creativity. That's some people, that's their mission, you know, and really showing love to them. So I appreciate everybody that does show love, and I hope you have a blessed day, and trust in yourself. What else am I about to say? Man, I'm tripping. Let's see. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and if you haven't, I already said that. Okay, I gotta go. Everybody have a blessed day. One love.